we are, welcome back. Again, Suffolk 14-inch. Today, bearings and bushes. So, since the last video, the week before last, not much progress, nothing worth videoing. So, last week, been fairly busy. So, last week I was on the bottom block. You can see I've done a little bit of priming. So the bottom block is, I've got my new bottom blade on there. I'm going to zoom in. Sadly, camera lady's not with us again today, so it's just you and me. So I've got my new bottom blade on there, and as I said, I was going to get it skimmed for the new bottom blade, but in the end I decided to just pack it biscuit tins, basically. Bit of recycling. So I packed it up, and it's, you know, it seems to be pretty straight, the blade now. So all I need to do with that now is put it on the bottom blade grinder and give it a grind. Paint it up, and I think that's just about ready. I ground the weld off at the back there, so we clearance the cylinder, and I've left it on the back there. It's going to be difficult to see, and it's quite nice to leave a bit of strength to the welding. So that's the block done. So I've also, yeah, as you can see, I've painted cutting cylinder and the two side cases. So I've been doing those as well. And I've got some new bushes to go in the roller. So what we've got here, you can probably remember we had some nicely worn roller bushes. So I've ordered online, we've got some new bushes to go in. So these bushes we've got here, hopefully the right inner and outer. They're a little bit longer, I know that, but we can hopefully cut those down a bit. So let's just put them on the roller first and then see whether it's pretty good. That feels quite good. Yeah. Pretty good that end. So, are they going to fit in the cases? Let's see. Good. We might just clean it up a little bit. What have we got we can clean that up with? Let's try that. As I said, these bearings are these oil-like ones, so they're oil impregnated. Grease them in. Hoping I get this right first go. They were quite expensive. Well, reasonably expensive. So I only ordered two. Normally with these things I sort of order about 3 of them. If you need 2, it just allows for a bit of breakage, damage. But they were quite expensive, so I'm hoping I can get them in first go. If not, let's order another set. See how that's looking. So that's gone in there. Let's see if it still fits on the roller. I just dropped my spacer. So let's have a look. Seems nice. That's good. Feels good. So. So this one was the one that has a hole all the way through it. So I think the only thing I need to do really with the file is just take that down a bit, and then we're going to be got a little bit more filing to do on that one, but let's get the other one in. That's the side that's got a blind, so you can't see through it. Right, let's have a go at that one. Again, I think we'll stick a bit of grease again. Let's grease it up. Got one of these little fancy little bush bearing driving kits. They're not very expensive actually. You could use a socket or something, I guess, out of the socket set, but it seems to be quite good. Right, let's make some more noise. You can watch me drive it in there at an angle. About as far as that one's going to go. Yeah. Right, let's see if that one goes on the roller, which is that end. Yeah, that one's going on there too. Yeah, that's as far as I can go with that. So that's it. So that's the two bushes. So the bearings now then. The cylinder bearings. Sure you've seen them. The self-aligning, these are RL5s. These are the original ones, and I think I'm probably going to try and reuse them. I did clean them up. They don't feel too bad. It's difficult to know with movement on these because they're obviously self-aligning and they rock and roll all over the place. But I think they're okay, so I'm probably going to reuse those, put those on the cutting cylinder. So, and yes, so we've got those. There's also a bearing which is in this side cover. Now, as you can see, when I sandblasted this, it sounds like, listen to this. Sounds like there's a bit of sand in there. So I'm going to have to get that apart, clean it all out, and this little dog clutch that should slide up and down the shaft to disengage, seized up. So I need to take this apart and service it. When I was looking at it earlier, you can see the sprocket. Let's have a look. I'm zooming in for you. It looks like there's a nut missing, but I'm going to go back to the old trusty Suffolk manual. This is Punch Series, so this is the later one. Let's just go and see if we can find. There we go. Series 1. So it's quite difficult to see, but number 53, I think it's a sprocket. Item number 53 is a sprocket. I can't see a nut. I've not taken one of those sprockets off these things before, but it looks to me like it's screwed on there. So I've got to unscrew that to get that off. And it's going to be tight. So, what have I been fiddling around with? I'm looking in my toolbox and I was sort of thinking ways to get that off. If I had a bit more room round here, I would have put a bit of old chain round there and used some Stilsons on that, but there's just not enough room. So I looked in my box and I've got this bit of metal and I've knocked up a couple of extra holes, put these little bolts through there. So I'm hoping I'll put that on there, I can unscrew it. Now, a lot of these things, well, depending on the way it rotates, could be left-handed or normal thread. I think looking at it, so that's the rotation. The tightening is clockwise, so it's going to be a normal thread to undo it. Probably going to be tight. Right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a go and put that in the vice and then see if we can undo that out there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swing you round and then we're going to put this in the vice. So let's have a look. So what I'm going to do, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to put that in the vice and then obviously I'm going to clean up a bit later. I don't know if you can see me now or not, but we'll see what I'm doing anyway. I know there'll be viewers out there going, going to damage the shaft. You're probably right, I probably will. So anyway, so let's have a go. It's difficult to stop the shaft, but not as tight as it would be. So I've got my little adjustable spanners. And then we'll just see if we get a bit of extra leverage. I'll go crashing into the door. Let's have a go. So, good to see what we thought screwed on. There's our bearing in there. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, I've marked the shaft up, but hopefully I can clean that up. And then obviously take that bearing out. Either give it a thorough clean or we'll get a new one for that. And then I've got to free that off. Right, let's go back to the main bench. I'll swing you around. There we go. You can give me 10 out of 10 for my video efforts if you like. No offence taken. Right, so where were we? Next little job. Whether you probably remember when I was stripping it, there was no nut on the end of the cutting cylinder. And I quickly found out why. Because the threads are damaged. And obviously where somebody's been running this like that, it's opened up the keyway a bit. It's a bit larger than what it should be. But looking at the roller, and I think the thread on that is the same as the roller shaft, which is 1/2 inch UNF. So I'm hoping we can probably, I'm going to just try filing it a bit just to take, I think it's mushroomed a little bit. We're going to be lucky and I can get the nut started. Or I've got to see if I can get the tat on there, or the die, should I say. No. It is just a bit mushroomed. Let's see if we can. So I've got that one ready. Recover that thread. Quite mushroomed on there, so let's take a little bit more off. A bit closer. weight, isn't it? It's the trouble. Well, there it goes. Where's my 19? There it is. It's not perfect. I've got it and the nut does up tightly. So onto the woodruff key. So luckily my sprocket seems okay. So there's the slot, and that bit seems to be okay. So let's have a look. So we're obviously on Imperial woodruff keys. There we are, that's the woodruff key. That one seems to fit quite nicely in the sprocket. Difficult to see. But it's a bit loose on the, you drop it in there. Rather loose. I mean, I suppose you could sort of build it up with a bit of weld, but I think it's going to be very difficult to do something with that. But I think what I'm going to do, we'll just try some blocks. We'll just see if we can peen it down a bit. So. Try this. Sort of, yeah, I think you probably see where it's sort of opened up a bit there. Whether I can close it up a bit, we'll have another go. Let's have a little go. Let's have a go. So I think I'll probably peen it a little bit more. I'm not going to subject you to any more noise, but I think I can peen it a little bit more. I'll get all the oil out, and I'll probably just put a little bit of the sort of a bearing sealer in the bottom there when I assemble it. And I think hopefully once that's done up tight, that'll probably be all right. Look at the rest of the cylinder. There's a little bit of meat left on it, so that can be ground, and the bottom blade as well. So there'll probably be a video on regrinding the cylinder and sharpening the bottom blade. We'll probably do that. But I think that's about probably all we're going to do today. I've got plenty to get on with. I've got some more rubbing down to do of the handles, the engine platform. What else is there? Oh, the tie rods as well. We've got those to do. And then we'll probably strip the engine in the next couple of weeks. So I've got plenty to do. Hope you enjoyed the video, just you and me. And till the next video, if I've made some progress, we'll do one next week. If not, it'll be the week after. So once again, thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed your bearings and bushes. Till the next one, thanks for watching.